Hello, it's Lisa Forde here, and I'm going to be talking to you today about the journaling elective. So, this was one of the first electives that I wrote, and it's probably still one of my favorites, perhaps my favorite. And the reason for that is that I've just found journaling so beneficial in my life, and I still come back to this elective and do it myself from time to time, just going back through the techniques and using them for whatever I'm experiencing in my life at that time. So the goal of this elective is to utilize journaling and specifically experience a range of journaling techniques and exercises as a way of before meditation specifically, although you can use journaling of course after meditation, but it's kind of for a different purpose. The journaling that happens after meditation tends to be more a recording of insights and a description of experience of what's happened during the meditation, whereas the journaling before meditation has a different focus. So when we use it before meditation, it helps to open us up. It makes us more available to whatever we're then going to experience in our meditation. It helps us to digest and deal with some of what we're carrying before we go into meditation. It helps us to connect to our feelings, to ourselves, to kind of helps us get more grounded and present before we enter into meditation. We're less likely to avoid things that we need to feel. Because we create a connection before going into meditation, we actually end up, I think, having a deeper meditation experience because we're grounded, we're connected, and then we go into the meditation. It helps us to become more aware of ourselves, to understand ourselves better. And importantly, it influences the choice of our meditation technique. So if we know what's going on for ourselves, if we've kind of listened to the question of how do I feel and started to process that, then the question of what do I then need from my meditation, or what technique would best support me now that I know where I'm at, is really quite simple to answer. And I find when I read people's work who are doing this elective that it's like by tapping into where they're at that time, then selecting the meditation technique's a no-brainer. It's like, okay, I know right now I need a relaxation, or I know that a mantra meditation is going to lift me up and give me, a bit of a boost that I really need right now. So your choice of meditation technique can be informed by what you discover in your journaling practice. I find that really exciting because I'm a bit of a believer in meditation being something that supports me. Meditation needs to meet me where I'm at so that it can then take me into a deeper part of myself. And so, I think that this process of journaling beforehand enables that process to happen more easily. So you may or you may not resolve what you're feeling through the journaling you do prior to your meditation. Often I'll get a good way there, maybe 3/4 of the way there with it. And then the meditation will kind of help with processing even more around it. And then I kind of can then feel really quite resolved much of the time. It really helps you get a sense of being effective at supporting yourself, which is huge. If you can have a journaling and meditation practice that really helps you feel supported and cared for, wow, that really impacts your sense of self-efficacy and therefore your self-esteem and how you navigate life. There's this part of yourself, your inner child, that's able to be heard. Your feelings are able to be heard through journaling. So that means that when you're then in your meditation, those feelings are less likely to be tugging at your sleeve while you're meditating, which can often mean a smoother meditation, a more enjoyable meditation. There's kind of less of that part of us that's wriggly and has, that ADD part of us that is feeling restless because we haven't got the attention we needed, or we haven't been attended to. There's still stuff bubbling. So this journaling practice before meditation helps to take care of some of that. So in the journaling elective itself, I cover a range of techniques, and those techniques are bunched into different categories. And it's a 6-week program, a daily program, and you spend a week on each one. So it means that, you need to be able to dedicate a bit of time to this. It's not a lot of time in terms of coursework. It tends to be a bit more time added onto your daily practice. So if you normally meditate for half an hour, then you might add 20 minutes to your self-care session to be able to do the journaling exercise as well. So that's where the time comes in, not so much in the actual, there's no coursework. It's a little bit of reading for each section, but not a lot. So the first section is understanding self-care. So we just talk about what self-care means and how it enables you to take responsibility for attending to your needs. It enables you to feel more empowered, less like a victim, and helps you take more directed and relevant action in your life as a result of what you've discovered through your journaling, rather than chasing your tail and wasting energy. There are so many rewards to this practice, including feeling better and calmer, feeling like someone has your back and that you're really looked after. The next section is the validation of feelings. So, as I always say, and you've probably read it in the course lots of times, pent-up feelings don't go away. They just come back another day in another way, and sometimes in uncontrollable ways, outbursts or ways that we really don't want it to affect us, even illness and stress-related conditions. So holding on to our pent-up emotions really has a huge impact on our lives. It drives a lot of our decisions, and I don't know about you, but I would rather have a more loving, positive part of me making those decisions, perhaps a more logical part of me making those decisions, than that wounded, really limbic, desperate, needy part of me making those decisions. So this part of the journaling elective, these activities enable you to get out some of those feelings, just better out than in, get them out onto the page, give them some space. Remembering that this is a release exercise. It's not the truth. This is our truth. This is what our inner child, our emotions, our limbic brain is just needing to blur. It's not like we have to take it all really seriously. It's just letting it out. And then notice how you feel after that. Do you feel a bit clearer? Maybe it's stirred a bit of stuff up, but it will eventually clear you up and make you feel better. So in this part of the elective, I give you activities and exercises to do this that are safe and that do it in a way that is supportive and beneficial. So the next section is on building self-esteem. When we feel heard and taken care of through a good, solid self-care practice, we feel better about ourselves. It helps us see that there's actually nothing wrong with us. In fact, all people feel this way sometimes. And by connecting to our own experience of that, it enables us to be more compassionate and caring with other people as well, because we know that, hey, we all go through this. Many of the techniques also aim at boosting self-confidence by engaging in that wonderful tool, self-compassion. As you might know through the work of Kristen Neff and Chris Gerber, self-compassion is a strong healing. It has a strong soothing effect on our system. and on our emotions. So a lot of the techniques in this journaling elective harness that skill of self-compassion, either indirectly or directly. Some of the activities in this section you'll have come across and some you won't. There'll be many new techniques in this elective. So I'd suggest that, some will resonate more than others, but I really want you to give them all a go, because it's only through experiencing them that you sometimes find out, oh, hey, I didn't realize that this was actually going to bring this out in me. Sometimes there's those little surprises you can get by just getting out of your comfort zone a little bit. The next section is engaging inner assistance. So tapping into the wisdom within you and gaining insights, solving problems through your journal. These activities can bring you great comfort to know that we can answer many of our own questions. And this means drawing on your intuition in various ways to do that. The next section is healing. So looking at journaling techniques that heal the heart, provide deeper support. Again, techniques that evoke self-compassion, opening, asking us to learn from our experiences in a really honest and courageous way. This elective will serve you so well in life. You will come back to these techniques over and over again when you really need them. So it's good to practice it, to practice the elective with support, and then to be able to come back to it at any time. So the final section of the elective is called Opening the Heart to Wonder. And so it's about these techniques help us connect to joy, wonder, gratitude, all the miracles of life. Here we open to the magic of life and all that's in it. Nature, people, animals, music, and children. We really reconnect to our beginner's mind and seek to increase love and joy. So at the end of the elective, we then look at, how can you use these journaling tools in your meditation groups and workshops? I hope you really enjoy this one. As I said, I think it's one of the fundamental electives that is just so important to have, and gives you lots of great tools and activities to be able to bring into your groups as well. Thanks.